Good morning, dear students. In yesterday's lecture, I have discussed about quadrilaterals. This was the first chapter of geometry. Now, today I will be discussing the next exercise, and in this exercise, I will be discussing the various types of quadrilaterals. Now, how many types of quadrilaterals are there? We will see while studying, while going through this chapter. So, give the heading quadrilateral. Now, what is a quadrilaterals? It is R actually, not V. Quadrilaterals. Now, a quadrilateral is a plane geometrical figure which can be drawn on the plane surface, and it is a closed figure. Now, what are the different type quadrilaterals? First is parallelogram. Then we have rectangle. Then we have square, rhombus. Then we have square. Then we have trapezium. These are the basically 5 types of quadrilaterals which we study in as part of our syllabus. Now, we will be seeing one by one each and everything. What is a parallelogram? A figure in which both the sides are parallel, or a figure in which any one of the side is parallel as well as equal to opposite sides. That means in this case, you see, obviously these opposite sides will be equal, these opposite sides will be equal, but we will not be talking on the measurement of the sides. Instead, we will be talking about the parallel sides. So these two sides are parallel, these two sides are parallel, means a pair of parallel sides. If I am having a figure like that, then it will be called as a parallelogram. And if a pair of sides parallel as well as equal, then also this will be called as a parallelogram. So this is the basic difference. Now, what is a rectangle? A rectangle is again a quadrilateral only. In this, opposite sides are equal and one of the angles will be equal to 90 degree. Either this angle 90 degree, this angle 90, or any one of the angle 90 degree. Now, if this type of figure is obtained, we can see that opposite sides are equal and parallel and one of the angles is 90. Opposite angles are 90, not one of the angle, opposite angles are 90. Then, in this case, what you can say, like this also means opposite of only one of the angle only. In this case, what you can see, this line will be a straight line, this line will always be a straight line. So obviously it will be parallel. Understood, my dear students? That when opposite sides are equal and one of the angle is 90 degree, then it is obvious that opposite sides will be parallel. If it is equal, then they have to be parallel with the 3 conditions. Now, what is a rhombus? Opposite sides are equal as well as parallel. Opposite sides are equal as well as parallel. Then we say this is a rhombus. Now, same is the case with the square. All the 4 sides are equal and any one of the angle is 90 degree. One of the angle is 90. This side is also 90. That means here we are having 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter. We will have a cut here. We will have a cut here from here. Then obviously this whole angle will become 90 degree and this will be a square. Now we are having trapezium, in which basically we have 2 types of trapezium. One can be like this, means opposite sides are parallel and this is the oblique side, and this will be like 90 degree. So this is a general trapezium. Now another type of trapezium that we have is isosceles trapezium. Isosceles trapezium is these two oblique sides will be of equal measurement and opposite sides will be parallel. If this type of trapezium is there, then one more property is included here, that this base angle will also be equal, this angle will also be equal to each other. In case of simple trapezium, opposite sides are parallel, that much is there, and these two sides, whatever measurement, we need not worry about that. Now, second type of trapezium is an isosceles trapezium. This is an isosceles. Isosceles trapezium, this is simple at trapezium. Trapezium, okay. So in this case, these two angles will be equal. This will be equal because these two are 90 degrees, sorry, co-interior angle. Since these two lines are parallel, since these two lines are parallel, so this will form a co-interior angle property. So if it is having 70 degree, it has to be 110 degree. If it is 70, then again 110 degree. In this way, by this property, we can say that in case of isosceles trapezium, these two angles are equal. These two angles are equal, and their sum is equal to 180 degree. Now this is a square, this is a rhombus, rectangle, and this. Now this was the based on the size, based on the diagram, how will their angles, how will their sides measure. Now based upon the diagonals, if I talk about diagonals, then in case of trapezium, in case of parallelogram, in case of parallelogram, diagonals will bisect each other. Diagonals will bisect each other means if this diagonal is of 10 centimeter, this diagonal is suppose A, B, C, D. If DB, if I say BD is equal to 10 centimeter, this is O, and AC is equal to say for example 8 centimeter, then BO is equal to 10 by 2 is equal to 5, and AO is equal to OC is equal to 8 by 2, that means 4 centimeter. Now how we can prove this? This is what I have said you, that this thing is going to happen. This is the property of a parallelogram. Now to prove this, as you all can know that a parallelogram is opposite sides are parallel, right? Whatever angle I will be having here, that same angle will be here, interior alternate angle, because this is Z formation, opposite sides are parallel. Second, this angle will be equal to this angle, again parallel and Z type of formation, so this line is parallel to this. Now as you can see that this angle and this angle are equal, opposite sides are also equal, so these two triangles are what? These two triangles are congruent by angle side angle property, and you all have studied congruency of triangle in class 7. I remember that I have taught to my students right now. So what I am saying, these two triangles DOC is congruent to triangle DOC is congruent DOC. So here it will be BOA will also be congruent DOC. So BOA is congruent by angle side angle criteria. If this condition is fulfilled, these two triangles are congruent, then definitely angle opposite to this side, that means OC, angle opposite to this side will be equal to OA by CPCTC. Similarly, OB will be equal to DO by CPCTC, correct? So in this way we can say that these two sides are bisected. This is what I have shown you, and this is how I have explained you the proof of this. Now these two properties, similarly here also, if you draw the diagonal, then it is also a special type of parallelogram. It comes under parallelogram. This and this, all three figures come under parallelogram because all the four sides are parallel in these three cases. So it is a special type of parallelogram. First of all, it comes under the family of quadrilateral. Now if we ask about the specific based on the parallelogram criteria, then it is a special type of parallelogram because opposite sides are parallel everywhere in this all the three. So here also, if you apply this triangle, you see, and this triangle you will see 90 degree, 90 degree. This line is common, this side is common, this is also common. So by RHS criteria, you can say that these two triangles are congruent. So obviously this line and this side will be equal, opposite sides. And if you want to see here also, you can make isosceles. This angle will be equal to this angle is equal to this angle, opposite sides equal. So angle side angle criteria, angle side angle criteria, these two triangles, this triangle and this triangle will be congruent. Same thing, you can say that this side is equal to this side, this length is equal to this length, that means angle sides are bisected. Now here also same thing because it is a special type. Now what about rhombus? Again you see rhombus. In rhombus this is 90 degree actually. Now that also we will prove. So what is here? Since this line is parallel to this line, I can say this line, this angle is equal to this. Now this angle is equal to this, so this angle will be equal to this angle, correct? Now by CP/CTC, these opposite sides are equal. We can say that these two are bisected. These two are bisected, correct? If it is bisected, now you see how you can say that this is 90 degree. Now to prove that it is 90 degree, what we can do, we can take the measurement of these two and subtract it by 180. This we can take and then subtract it by 180. So I need some space so that I can make you understand. So let me erase this part and make a fresh diagram of rhombus. Okay, so in case of rhombus, right, I told that suppose I am having A, B, C, D. These two triangles are congruent. It is proved that this side is equal to this side. This side is equal to this side. This is what I have proved by angle, side, angle criteria, because this angle will be equal to this angle. This angle will be equal to this angle. Opposite sides are equal. Angle, side, angle criteria. These two triangles are congruent. Definitely these two sides will be equal. So this part is okay. Now the second part I was saying about 90 degree. This part is 90 degree. How to prove? Now let us take angle DOC. This is my O part. DOC and triangle DOA. These two triangles I took. Now as you can see that BC is equal to this side is equal to AD, correct? DO is equal to DO common. This is given. This is common. Now what you can say, these two sides are equal. Already we have proved. That means AO is equal to OC. It is proved. Or if it is not a part of this problem, right now I am continuing with this. If you are not going to prove this, it is proved, then you can also say here that diagonals bisect each other. Diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other. This also you can mention and then clear it. Of each other. Now when this based on side DOC, triangle DOC is congruent to AO, DOA by side criteria. Now by CP/CTC, what you can say, angle, this side is opposite, so this angle AOD will be equal to angle DOC. This angle and this angle will be equal. If these two angles are equal, then you can say angle AOD plus angle DOC is equal to 180 degree, because it is forming a linear pair, straight line, linear pair. So you can write, instead of that, you can write twice of angle AOD is equal to 180. Angle AOD is equal to 90 degree, because this 2 will go in the denominator. Why I have written 2AD? Because these two are equal from the proving part. That is why this angle will be equal to 90 degree. Now in the same way we have discussed already square. I have already said that opposite sides are equal, diagonals are bisect each other, and in case of square as well as rectangle, diagonals are of equal measurement. That you prove and see. Okay, that part I have left for you to see whether whichever statement I am saying, is it true or not. So right now I am saying the diagonals of a square as well as rectangles are of equal measurement. So you apply the property of congruency, apply the congruency theorem, and then prove that the statement which I said right now about the equality of the two diagonals of a square as well as rectangle. Now second thing I would like to say here is about trapezium. In this trapezium I have already discussed this thing. These two bases are equal, these are equal, and if I have diagonal is there, then this diagonal, this will also be get bisected. This all will also be get bisected. Now one more figure is there, that is called kite. I hope all of you must have seen a kite. You must have played with that. Now a kite is a figure in which these two sides are equal, these two sides are equal, as well as here we have 90 degree like in case of rhombus. And one more thing, these diagonals also get bisected, this diagonal also get bisected. So this is the fifth type of figure. This was the third, this was fourth, this is fifth, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth type of the figure. This is kite. So diagonals will be of 90 degree, opposite sides are equal, these are equal, and all those things. Now my dear students, I have explained all the types of the quadrilateral, and I have discussed about how we have proved that whether these diagonals are bisecting each other, whether they are forming 90 degree, whether they are equal or not, and what are the angles measurement, different types of trapezium. Now it entirely depends upon you to open your book, and then once again you go through the properties that are given in your book and try to understand and memorize. First of all, you try to understand. Once you will understand, you need not memorize all these things. Mathematics cannot be memorized, it can only be understood, and once you understand it properly, I guarantee that no one can defeat you in mathematics. It will be the easiest chapter, and it has been the easiest chapter, because you need not remember. Whatever we remember, we forget after some time, after 10 years, after 5 years, after 2 years, after 1 month, 1 week, we forget that. But what we understand, what we visualize and keep it in our memory, that things will never be erased, it will remain there permanently. Like, you can take a various examples. If you go back, if you try to solve the problems of class 3, 4 or 5, 6, you will be able to solve those problems without opening the theory part of the mathematics book. But if I ask you a question based on physics or chemistry that was taught in class 5 and 6, you may not be able to give the answers. There, the words, the technical words, you may be missing. So that is why people tell that mathematics is the easiest chapter, provided you have understood it in a very well behaved and well mannered, in a proper way. Not well behaved means proper way, then only it will be it will retain in your memory. I hope you all understood whatever I have said you. So my dear students, please try to understand the numerical problems, please try to understand the chapters and get the clear concept of each and everything. Once you will understand, nothing, no one will be able to erase from your memory unless you try to erase that. So I would request you all, try to understand each and every topics and then try to solve and finish your numerical problems. Thank you.